It's Best Death Ever 64, and we have a special guest. His name is Lee, and he's actually from England. That's right, he's not fake.
Talking about Digimon World, the first one on PS1.
I remember when I first played this game, and as a fan of the anime, I really didn't know what to expect. But I was surprised by it. It starts with the hero getting forced into the digital world through his electronic Digimon game. So the game doesn't really dwell on this, so you might think it's important, but it's not really critical to the story. You immediately get given a Digimon in training and thrust into the game, which is pretty good. You start on File Island, and a Digimon Elder gives you a Digimon partner. It's chosen by a set of questions, which isn't really relevant either, but it's fun, it's good. Immediately, you start with your new Digimon and bounce around File City, which is pretty deserted at first. The idea is you find Digimon and get them to come back to the city because they've lost the memory for some reason. And again, the game doesn't dwell on this. Now, the gameplay is really fun, the battle system is nice, but to be strong enough to beat the enemies further on in the game, you really need to start training, and not just in the same place like you can at the start. Time passes when you train, and your Digimon gets tired, and you have to keep feeding it. It's a little bit of a pain, but it's not too bad. The sound effects are just awesome, and the music and general atmosphere of the game is great. I really like that. The game plays like a digital pet with a battle system, and the whole point is really the battles. The part I didn't like about the game was when the Digimon die, and your stats start back from the beginning. That's pretty annoying at first, when you don't know it's going to happen, and you have to start all the way back at File City. The problem is that you have to start all the way back from the beginning and fight the same enemies again, the same in-training Digimon and the same rookies. It's a little bit of an annoyance, but it's forgivable because the game is still fun.
One problem that I'm having with the game, it's very difficult to get ultimates.
Yeah, it's really hard to get ultimates, and I don't know if it's an emulator problem, but there seems to be a barrier. Because I was like 5 points away from getting an ultimate once, according to the stats. My Digimon died immediately.
Yeah, they die very quickly. It doesn't let you get... I mean, they just die like right when you're right there.
I remember playing it on...
played the game, and that's the part that I hate about it. It makes me not want to get it.
But it's forgivable, since it's still fun to battle.
So yeah, I remember playing the game on PlayStation 1, and ultimates weren't as hard to get as they are on the emulator. But either way, ultimates are a lot more difficult than they should be to get.
Yeah.
The game is still cool, but they just die really fast, and that's the part that sucks.
It's a fun game. I'm kind of addicted to it. I play it all the time.
It's kind of hard to get new moves sometimes, and then other times it's a little bit too easy. The game has kind of, I don't know, like consistency issues with getting new moves.
Yeah, and it's a little bit on your knowledge too. Like, you have to look up some stuff if you don't readily know it. It's very hard to just come by on your own. That's one thing I have about it.
You will get Numamon several times if you don't know what you're doing.
But there's a way to stop it.
Numamon is a piece of crap Digimon who looks terrible.
The way to stop getting Numamon, just mess with the discipline gauges or the happiness gauges, or just feed it a little more, because this all has a factor in what you're going to get.
Don't let your Digimon poop all over the floor because it's not good for them.
No, you'll get Sukamon that way, and you don't want that.
Sukamon's the worst Digimon possible.
But yeah.
Sukamon sucks.
He is a pile of crap. Like, that's what he looks like. He's a little pile of yellow poo. And yeah, he's just ugly. You don't want him, I don't think. I don't want him, so.
Well, I would give this game a 7.5. That's the best Death Ever scale. That's what we're sticking to.
Yeah.
I would say buy it. Obviously now you have to buy it on eBay or download it if you have the emulator or PSP. It's a good game to add to your collection, especially if you've never played Digimon before.